A gunshot. It was nearby too. So the friar was right. Violence really is an inevitability. We haven't reached that stage yet, madame. We can't afford to take chances. Not now. Piero, march the crowd to the Palais Royal and construct the barricade. Yes, ma'am. Let's walk. Fontaine, Falcon, we're going to find a source of this disturbance. Came from here, Inspector. Hurry, hurry. I'm moving as fast as these old legs will. Mon Dieu, a body. This woman must have been a target of a gunshot we just heard. But I don't see a shooter. I think the gunshot came from over here. Inspector. Falcon. Well. Should have known that the Viridian killer would have had part in this. Inspector, I'm not. What do we have here? A filthy cop and a dead girl. Madame, thank goodness you're here. I saw the whole thing. This poor innocent mademoiselle was approaching the police line with her hands in the air. And all of a sudden this brute of a police inspector yelled, "Get back, you filthy rebel." He drew his gun and shot the bird point blank through her heart. What? This is nonsense. What are you prattling on about, Friar? Thank you for your input, Remus. Hardly surprised me that a member of the police would be the one to cast the first stone. I think we're all being a little rash. So take a breath, examine the situation and... Wait a moment. You wear an eye patch. You only have one eye, Inspector. How observant. Tell me, were you the policeman who killed the rat at Les Halles too? Les Halles? What are you talking about? 2 incidences of a one-eyed policeman gunning down an innocent victim. There is no way that this is a coincidence. What we have here is a filthy, corrupt individual who takes pleasure in oppressing the common citizen. Am I right, Inspector? I really shouldn't be surprised that a stupid rebel makes assumptions and comes to stupid conclusions. But open your damn eyes, mademoiselle. I'm not the assailant here. Don't call me mademoiselle. Or stupid for that matter. Your guilt is plain to see. Given the circumstances, I ought to judge and execute you right here and now. Falcon, don't just stand there gawking. Vouch for me. Madame, I know this man. His name is Inspector Valerti. He is ruthlessly law-abiding, so much so that I can't envision him shooting a man without just cause. Now, shut up, Falcon. I'm done with your idealism. I listened to you. I took your words to heart about avoiding violence, and now a girl is dead. Well, I'm done taking chances. Remus, help me escort this invalid to Piero's barricade. I'll decide his fate there. With pleasure, madame. Come along, Inspector. Fontaine, Falcon, deal with the corpse. Meet us at the barricade when you're done. There's no way that this was the work of the police. You know what, Falcon? I think you might be right. An isolated gunshot this far away from the police line, it doesn't make any sense at all. But that's rebellions for you. They're messy affairs. Sometimes innocents get caught in the crossfire and there's no reason for it. Well, there's no use dawdling. Help me get the corpse off the streets. Not yet. I'm going to examine the body first. Examine the body? We agree that this wasn't the work of Inspector Valerti, right? And there must be some clues on the corpse that point towards what happened. An impromptu coroner's examination, eh? Fine. You have 2 minutes. Hey, we can get the bullet out with the thing. After that, we're heading to the barricade whether you're done here or not. There's a handprint? Which... he doesn't have any hands. What's this mark? Almost looks like... a handprint made in blood. Probably the mademoiselle's. I don't think so. It's the handprint of a left hand on the girl's left shoulder. There's no way a person could comfortably reach that spot on their own back. Oh, I suppose so. If the handprint doesn't belong to the girl, then who does it belong to? The murderer. Has to be. The question on my mind is, why is the handprint made in blood? Did the murderer sully their hand on the girl's gunshot wound? Or were they injured prior to the shooting? Yeah, it's because he was... yeah, from Cocorico. There's so much to uncover here. There's no time for a thorough investigation. Bloody handprint. Let's get that one. This is the bullet wound, right? What can you tell me about it, Fontaine? It looks like the bullet took a fairly straight angle of entry through the mademoiselle's back, which wouldn't have happened. It would happen from someone behind her, not from someone above her. The shooter was probably standing right behind the victim. What's the bullet size? You know its caliber? Let me guess, you're hoping the caliber bullet is different from the caliber inspector's gun. That would conveniently get that one-eyed police officer off the hook, wouldn't it? But I'm afraid I can't help you. You could possibly know a bullet's caliber without having a good look at the bullet itself. And you can plainly see the bullet is 3 centimeters deep in flesh. You know, if we just paid for that stuff at the market on that day, we would have gone to see Croque Monsieur on the Friday instead of having to muck around for 6 days. So, you need to see the bullet itself. Help me retrieve the bullet. Retrieve? You mean dig it out? I assume you have a little more experience in this area than I do. Well, you're not wrong there. Fine, it's only take a moment. Here you go, 1 used bullet. Wait, Fontaine got it. We could have just used the thing. Can't tell us the caliber. Why is that? The bullet fragmented on impact, monsieur. I gathered all the pieces, but I cannot assess its diameter with any accuracy. Still, I would guess it was 13 to 17 millimeters. Sorry that I can't be more specific. It's an enormous help. Thank you, monsieur. We go wrist or face? Face. Everybody seemed so fixated on who did this. Nobody stopped to ask who the girl was. Oh, I don't know, monsieur. Given her clothes, she's probably just another working girl. Just another? I didn't mean to sound glib, but it's true. This is one mademoiselle among the thousands who live in Paris. Who was she? Where did she work? Will her family miss her? I don't know. In the long run, I don't think anybody will care. I care. Can't afford not to. I don't think I know who this mademoiselle was. I'm going to see to it that justice is brought about for her death. That's going to be the last of it, yeah. It's a long shot. Maybe this girl is faking her injury. No, I don't think so. Just for the sake of thoroughness, I really ought to check for a pulse. Right. No, nothing. Oh, poor thing. I'm done here. Oh, very good. Let's move the body off the street then. Must hurry to the Palais Royal. Rest in peace, mademoiselle. Yeah, after digging it, we should have done that first, right? I'll see that justice is done. Everything's going just as planned. Mademoiselle's probably fuming right now. She'll attack the Palais Royal. The Prime Minister will flee. Excuse me, monsieur. What do you want? I'm busy. Don't you recognize me, monsieur? I know that my disguise is a little more complex than yours, but I assumed you would recognize Prince Juan when you saw him. You're Prince Juan. Indeed. And you're Judge Romulus, the corrupt wolf. I know what you did. You tried to assassinate the king. You shot the Croque Monsieur, and just moments ago I saw you murder a maiden in the Place de la Concorde. You truly are a vile individual, aren't you? Yeah, as if you have any proof of any of that stuff. I'm out of here. I also know that you're one half of the Viridian Killer. Ah, haha. The other dad got you where you stand, Fox. As it happens, I'm a little busy today. Oh, the Viridian Killer's too busy to kill me. Is that the truth, or a bullet wound of yours starting to affect your prowess? You must have lost an awful lot of blood. What do I do? What do I do? Oh, hello, Monsieur Volps. Monsieur Sparrowson. Perfect timing. Who now? Oh, you're that fledgling. I guess this is what they call being stuck between a rock and a hard place, huh? Monsieur Sparrowson, be a dear, help restrain the Viridian Killer. This guy? He's the Viridian Killer? He looks more like Judge Romulus to me. We'd be right about that too. Wow, so he's 2 scumbags in one. Alright then. Ow! Mind the wound! Quit your whining, Your Honour. Very nice takedown, Monsieur Sparrowson. No one to check his pockets for weapons. He's something of a notorious killer after all. Of course. Let's see what we've got here. Aha, here we are. A pistol. Probably the one used to kill the maiden, I suspect. What else can you find, Monsieur Sparrowson? This is an eye patch. Weird. What would this wolf want with an eye patch? Oh no, this is bad. Very bad indeed. I don't get it. What's wrong with an eye patch? There's no time to explain, Mousy. I'll explain. Mousy! What is it, Monsieur Volps? What is it? Take this eye patch to Jayjay Falcon. If my fears are correct, he'll be somewhere around Palais Royal right now. Tell him this belongs to Remus's brother. Hurry now. Right away, Monsieur Volps. Right away. I must go too. Need to find the other half of the Viridian Killer pair before something terrible happens. Wait, Monsieur Volps. What am I supposed to do with this guy? You have his gun, don't you? March that wolf to the nearest police station and collect your award for catching Judge Romulus. Ooh, what a strange day. Outside Palais Royale, the rebels have constructed a makeshift barricade out of furniture, branches, rocks, and anything else they can find. From behind the wall, the rebels taunt and the police royal guards with chants. I'm growing impatient, pig. He's a bird. Confess your crimes. I have nothing to confess, you filthy rebel. You and your rebel friends, however, should confess to 1,000 counts of treason and public disorder. I will see each and every one of you hanged for your flagrant disregard of the law. Your stubborn attitude is disgusting. A few days ago you were seen at Les Hall's. Witnesses saw you murder a beggar in cold blood. Today a friar has testified seeing you murder a girl, again completely unprovoked. I don't know why you continue to plead your innocence. Why do I do it? But it doesn't matter. I don't need a confession to know that you're a killer. No, but stop. The inspector did not shoot that mademoiselle. Keep your beak closed, Falcon. I'm done listening to your suggestions. This policeman is as guilty as every other monster in our decrepit justice system. It's my duty to execute him. About it, Falcon has uncovered some pretty convincing evidence. I would recommend you hear about. Please, just give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes I convince you this inspector's innocent. 5 minutes is precious in a time like this. I can't afford it. What if you're wrong? Are you willing to see another dead innocent? Thank you, madame. Having my life saved by the Viridian killer. How humiliating. Quiet, pig. Your life is mine until I say otherwise. First of all, let's recap on what Frere Remus had to say. Wait, where is the friar? He's key witness to this crime. He's gone, but as soon as I dropped the inspector off, said he had some business to attend to. Business? Man, oh man, the barricade's looking pretty scary. I mustn't fear, for I'm a brave duck. I'm the great Officer Beck, handsome, intelligent, strong. Truly a fearless hero to be remembered for... Hello, officer. You scared me, monsieur. Ah, monk. Friar, actually. Friar Remus. Yes, officer, I have something of great importance to tell you. Just passing by the rebel camp and overheard a conversation. No, this sounds good. Do go on. They said they were going to launch an assault very soon. When they do, they're going to rain hellfire on the palace. Oh no, it's just I feared. What'll we do? It's simple, officer. As soon as you hear the first gunshot, you need to retaliate. Hit them with everything you've got. Every cannon, every rifle, every piece of artillery. Don't leave a single piece of barricade remaining. That is the only way you can be sure to survive. Total annihilation. I like it. But Friar, I'm confused. Aren't you a Christian? Yes. So what? Oh, I don't know. It's just that your idea doesn't seem very Christian-y. Ah, I see. You think this is a moral issue. Let me tell you a secret, my dearest duck friend. There is no God. No overarching morality or higher plan. No heaven to save the righteous or hell to punish the sinners. There's only you, your artillery, and 10,000 rebels who want to dine on Peking duck tonight. Understand? That's an awful lot to take in. Then let me simplify. It's you or them. It's me or them. Forget about the friar, Falcon. We all remember what he had to say. Present your case based on what you can recall. Okay? I will. But you may want to wipe that mouse off your shoulder first. Sorry, wipe what? Oh, it's you, Mousy. Monsieur Falcon, Monsieur Falcon. Special delivery from Renat Vaults. Thank you, Mousy. What is this? Eye patch. It was found in Remus's brother's clothing. Remus's brothers? This is an eye patch belonging to Judge Romulus. It's interesting. Where is Romulus? There's no time, Monsieur. Just take it, take it. Okay. After all, Monsieur, but you have to do your best. Monsieur Volps and Sparrowson believe in you. Sparrowson? You've seen Sparrowson? How is he? There's no time, Monsieur. Good luck. Are you quite done, Falcon? Very much so. Let's begin this trial. Okay. Let's remember what the friar said. Point blank through the chest. Just claim the girl was shot point blank in the chest. She was shot in the back. The girl was clearly shot in the back. I know. I remember seeing the bullet wound for myself. It's quite a glaring inaccuracy in the wolf's testimony. It's inaccuracy, but it's irrelevant inaccuracy. Does it really matter if the girl was shot in the front or the back? Either way, the girl died at this pig's hands. It does matter. The girl was shot from the front, and this might indicate police confrontation turned ugly. If she was shot in the back, then what? This could indicate someone targeted and assassinated her before she could even react. Doesn't paint Inspector in particularly flattering light, Falcon. I'm not suggesting the Inspector. I'm missing the point. Shot to the back breaks the currently established narrative. The girl was targeted and murdered in a stealthy, professional attack. Therefore, she was not an ordinary police confrontation. You've made an assumption, Falcon. You've assumed that just because the girl was shot in the back, she must have been stealthily killed. There are other possibilities. Perhaps the girl was by escaped the police, started running away, and was shot in the back as she fled. That scenario isn't possible. If the girl were running away, then she would have been at least a couple steps away from the killer at the time of the shooting, right? Right? I know the killer was standing right behind the victim. Were less than 1 meter apart when the gun was fired. They were standing that close. How could you possibly know that, Falcon? Handprint. We saw a bloodied handprint on the girl's shoulder. What do you make of that, madame? I assume the bloody stain belonged to the victim. Mark read the girl's dying breath, perhaps. Nope. It's a print of a left hand on the girl's left shoulder, near her upper back. The angle and positioning of the print indicate that it could only be caused by another person. That's why I'm certain the killer was right behind the girl at the time of the attack. Ooh, bum bum bum. Let's see. It's quite a theory. But Falcon, you've left an important question unanswered. Why was the handprint bloody? The print was made with the victim's blood, yes? So it can't possibly be made prior to the shooting. The killer must have wiped his hand on the girl's clothing after she'd already died. If that's the case, my suggested scenario is still possible. The girl may have been running from the police when she was shot. Nope. Inspector has no hands. I'm still trying to work out the details. I know the print was made prior to the shooting. Maybe the shooter was injured. His hand was already covered in blood. Talked about breaking the established narrative, and now you present me with baseless drivel. Well, where do we go from here? How does the handprint nonsense really affect the situation? Ha! You find something funny about the situation, Inspector? I do. The whole trial is patently absurd. It's an animal court through and through. There's something pretty funny about the last exchange. You're both so focused on when and how the handprint was made that you missed one larger issue. I don't have a left hand, you idiots. Couldn't possibly have left that mark. Oh, right, of course. Well, madame, what do you say to that? Maybe the handprint came from an accomplice. Maybe it had nothing to do with the incident. Or it feels good to see someone else speculating wildly for a change. Okay, fine. I don't have solid explanation. I must concede it's possible, maybe even likely, that the person who left the mark was the murderer. Therefore, as much as it pains me to say it, I must concede the inspector probably did not shoot the girl. That's it, the inspector is off the hook. No, there's still the matter of the incident at Les Halls. What incident is that? I know nothing about it. Ha, as if you don't know. Beggar Rat was shot and killed in Les Halls a few days ago. The attacker was described as a scowling police officer who wore an eye patch. Sound familiar to you? Come on, Falcon, explain the pig out of this one. Until 5 minutes ago I was at a loss. I was recently presented with a piece of evidence that makes the answer to all too clear. This was a false flag operation. False flag? Explain yourself, Falcon. Madame, what do you know about Remus's twin brother, the man known as Romulus? Not much. He was forced to flee the country by oppressive government around a month ago. That's half-truth, Madame. So he's correct that Romulus is being hunted by the police. And I've had the suspicion the wolf was lurking in Paris itself, though I never managed to find definitive proof of this. Anyways, we do have proof of that. Turns out my suspicion was well-founded. He was recently apprehended, I think. You think? I don't know the details, but it doesn't matter. It's important. A reliable friend found this on Romulus's person just moments ago. An eye patch. Romulus has perfect vision. Why would he need something like this? There's only one plausible explanation. It's part of a disguise. Something to conceal his identity and make him appear as someone else. Disguise? You're saying that Romulus shot the beggar out just to frame this police inspector? Exactly done. It's no coincidence that Friar Remus happened to find the very same inspector just as another murder occurred today. So, Remus was in on it too. Two wolves working together to make this policeman look like a murderer? But why would they do that? To rile you up, madame. To make you lust for violence. If your actions today are anything to go by, I would say that they succeeded. Damn, I've been so stupid. How did I let myself go so misled by a couple of wolves? This trial is over. Go, Inspector, you're free. It's about time. You're letting him walk, ma'am. Of course. It'd be criminal to confine an innocent man any longer than necessary, even if the man is a bitter, stubborn pig. Falcon? Yes? I don't understand you. You're stupid. You're reckless. Due for big talent for my freedom. So I suspect you really aren't the brooding killer at all. Certainly took a long time to pass that fact through your thick skull. In fact, if you're still hunting that villain, maybe you should speak with Reynard Volps when this is over. I mean, he's been here doing some research on the Viridian Killer. Maybe he knows something. Maybe I will. Madame, is it your gang of rebel filth don't intend on assaulting the palace anytime soon? I'll relay that information to the artillerymen. Maybe we can keep a peaceful standoff going until this blows over. Or until they fire a gun and they fire back. All of you stay out of trouble. So, what happens now, ma'am? We're going to continue our process peacefully. We're going to stand here chanting and shouting until the Prime Minister and the King both step down out of sheer humiliation. It might take days or weeks, but if we manage to change this country without one more person being harmed, then... Well, look who returned. Madame, I just saw the police inspector strolling out here unharmed. Why did you let him go? That's simple, Remus. We all had a discussion. And we all came to the conclusion that I had been misled by a couple of wolves. How many lies have you fed me, Friar? Just how much damage have you done to further your own goals? Did you help your brother kill the beggar rat in less holes? Did you watch the girl die by the Place de la Concorde? Now that I think about it, even the Croque Monsieur's death was surrounded by details that made little sense. I don't know what to think anymore. Hey, you know this guy's a scumbag at least, ma'am. I say shoot him. Pierro's right. We won't judge you for killing this man, madame. It's the least I deserve for my sins. Go ahead, madame. No, that's what he wants. Don't do it. What are you waiting for? Pull the trigger. Falcon, you prove yourself as having clear judgment. What do you say? Let him live. Madame, you know the right thing to do is show us what kind of leader you wish to be. You're right. Ah! I said this will be a bloodless revolution. I can't make any exceptions. Not even for a monster like this wolf. Wow, this is amazing. Completely unprecedented. We've bucked all my expectations, avoided every temptation, and opted for an option that shouldn't even exist. Well done, madame. Well done, Falcon. You've demonstrated the power of pacifism in its purest form. But unfortunately for both of you, I'm no pacifist. Everyone, get down! Oh, man, that starts a revolution. Did he shoot himself? Suicide. Shooting himself in the head? What a loony! Hardly a surprise that the wolf would be too cowardly to face a real punishment. This isn't right. It's not the solution I wanted either, Falcon. But I can't say I'll mourn for the friar's death. No, that's not what I meant. But it doesn't make sense for him to kill himself so abruptly. And that comment of his was almost like, I think we need to get out of here, all of us, right now. Falcon, what are you talking about? That was a gunshot. Really close too. Hey, I can't afford to hesitate. It's me or them. Oh, officer, hold your fire. No way. I can't afford to take chances. It's me or them. Whoa. Hey, it's me or them. Fire every cannon! Can anyone hear me? Pierre, Fontaine. Hello? Anyone? I'm here, madame. Falcon. Of all the people. I think I made a mistake, Falcon. Where did I go wrong? Was it when I lost my temper over seeing the dead girl? Or was it earlier when I shot the prosecutor? Or was it earlier still when I first listened to the monstrous friar in the first place? I've made a lot of mistakes. We've all made mistakes, madame. Most people's mistakes don't spark bloody revolutions. Can you move, madame? I don't think so. Give me a minute. I think I can clear some of this rubble. Dear Monsieur Vops, I am writing to you from the Demial Railway Express. Modern technology is truly amazing. I decided to take your advice and have gone on vacation until things settle down. The King fleeing to Britain, the Second Republic taking over, it's all crazy stuff. Anyway, before I left, you asked if I know what happened to Falcon. Well, I got my hands on a copy of the official police report, and it says that Falcon died during an attack on the barricade. It also says police didn't find a body, same as Leone Beaumont. Weird, huh? Rumour is he was probably blown away by cannon fire. That doesn't sound right to me. The Falcon I knew was tough and intuitive. I don't think he found a way to escape and survive. So in my opinion, he's still out there. It's possible, isn't it? Anyway, I should wrap this letter up because I'm about to reach my stop. Vienna. I'll let you know about Mademoiselle Sign and her parents are doing. Maybe you should come pay a visit sometime. Send my regards to Mousy. Yours sincerely, Sparrowson. P.S. I see a person selling Mirror Rustigal. What is that? P.P.S. Delicious. That's what. A game by Sketchy Logic. Based on the characters and art of Jayjay Granville. And the compositions of Camille Saint-Saëns. Designed, programmed, and written by Jeremy Nogani. Animated, written, and tested by Mandy Lennon. Music produced by Lyndon Holland. Tested and edited by Dave Chung and Imtiaz Roof. I don't want to skip, but I don't want to read this all, but I want to watch the art. Additional character designs by Fox, Mithra, and Annie. Special thanks to all the patient Kickstarter backers. Yes, thank you, Kickstarter backers. Game wouldn't be possible without you. Many games wouldn't be possible without Kickstarter backers. Extra thanks to Internet Archive and Wikimedia Commons. Finn. You have reached the end of Route C, Fraternite. The ending you received was determined by the decisions you made in Chapter 3. Try tackling the trial in the catacombs differently in order to see a different ending. Thank you for playing Aviary Attorney. Oh, very nice. That was very fun. Thank you very much, Adam Sims, for supplying the game for the stream. It's been we've had 2 nights of it, and it was amazing.